Welcome back to the show about the show. Had
It's
some,
it's
what's that?
it's gray day today.
It's gray day today.
Yeah.
I'm
Because
not wearing gray. That's not good. I mean, it's like a dark green, I suppose. Maybe,
well, it's gray day and it's only because it's the Wednesday before Black Friday.
is this actually a thing? A gray
Yeah,
day?
there's a white Monday, so
Okay.
we're right in the middle of the week. So
Gray day. I'm gonna have to get that. I'm getting that second monitor. I've been waiting. I've been waiting for Black Friday. I want to get one of those good deals. Last time, 50% off. I was very pleased, very happy.
and that sure does look gray.
You know, it could, yeah, it may be more black. Closer
Honestly,
to
no one
black.
would ever dispute if that was gray. If your life was in the balance, I think you would admit that that's gray.
You know, I could see somebody coming along and saying like, "Hey, that's a pretty gray shirt." In real life, it looks more green, but on camera, I think it does like distort it. Someone could argue though and say that's more black.
No, your chair is black. Your headphones are black.
Yeah, that's true.
Your microphone's black.
But gray's got to be like, I feel like that light, like you've got that. You know what I mean? Like I can tell that's for sure gray. This one, I'd have some questions if someone tried to sell that to me, you know?
I think 99 out of 100 people, if they were going to be killed, if they weren't honest, or if like there was any shadow of a doubt, they would definitely say that is gray.
They'd be wrong though.
No.
Yeah, they would. They would. I'm telling you. Like when I look down right now, it's green. It's a dark green. Like I think they'd that would be very bad for them if they chose gray in that situation.
No, okay. Nobody would say that it's not gray.
I mean,
They might
I
think,
think
oh,
there's
it could be a
somebody.
different color, but like really somewhere deep back in their mind, even if they called it green, they would still be like, well, it could be gray. It's not like super definitively green.
Yeah, I'd say like it's hard to tell what color it is. So I think somebody might say like, oh, maybe that could be gray. But I think if you tried to tell them it was gray, they'd be like, I don't know if that's gray. What color is that? They might even ask that if you tried to tell them that it was gray, you know, out of confusion. They'd be like, what is that? What is that shirt?
Yeah, they may. I wouldn't want to know. You're Detective JJ Beans.
Yes.
And I think the way that it shows up on the episode is me here on the left and then you on the right. So if I were to point to your name, I think I would point that way. You would show up to my left. So there's the JJ Beans down there in the bottom left of your
yeah.
screen. You see it there?
I pinned it on accident. I don't know how I did that. There's a little pin next to it, which makes it seem really mysterious and weird. It's not supposed to be, but it's
Can you point to the name right there?
For me, it looks like it's there. But
for me, it's on the other side.
Really? Okay. So
yeah,
I don't know since what's that?
Can you point to it?
Yeah, so it looks like it's there for me, but I don't know.
Point to where it really is.
That's what it really is.
I know, but point to where it really is because that's going to show up the way it's going to show up in the video.
See, is it going to record me on that side? Then I'd have to point here. I'd have to say it's right there.
Yeah, that's where it is. Good job.
That's where it is. Okay, that's where it is. Yeah, it's right over there. Yeah, you see that? It's got a little. The pin's probably right around that point, I'd say.
Yeah, you got it. And that guy, Dr. JJ Beans, actually, that's Detective Beans, but this is his brother.
Yeah, you're
Dr.
right.
JJ, which is Experiences in Consciousness on Spotify now. Comment if you want this merch. It's pretty cool. The back right here.
Yeah, that's the album cover, right?
Yeah, the album cover coming out, and that's me right there. And then this my balls are right there.
Balls are right there. Yeah, I blurred them just for the safety of keep it the family friendly shirt. I like that. Got the little
Yeah, it's a protection, you know.
Yeah, protection, of course, of course.
PG-13. PG-13.
And I noticed the John Jacob Jingleheimer Smith, just like the song. His name is my name too.
Da, 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 da.
Whenever I go out,
The people always shout. There goes
John
John
Jacob
Jacob Jingleheimer.
Jingleheimer Smith.
Da,
Na,
da,
na,
da,
na,
da.
na, 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 na.
Jacob.
Jacob Jingleheimer Smith. His name is my name too.
Whenever we go out, the
The
people
people
always
always
shout.
shout,
There goes
John
John
Jacob.
Jacob Jingleheimer.
And
Yeah.
that's
A lot of people name that.
I see. I'm curious. Like, I've never met somebody with the last name Jingleheimer Smith.
Yeah. Well,
I've never met somebody with that name. John Jacob. Okay, I've heard of Johns. I've heard of Jacobs, but never Jingleheimer Smith. Never.
no. Yep, it's
No.
I guess it's a cultural phenomenon.
Yes, it is. By the way, the reason why I'm named Detective JJ Beans on this episode, there's a reason why. You remember Nicolas Zebra, Bad Nick Cage, the impersonator, the person who stole the name of this show. You remember him, right?
I remember. He is a criminal.
Well, I've been doing some detective work. I found out some information about him because I realized we're not going to get anywhere tracking this guy down if we don't know more about him. We've got the wanted poster. We've got so much stuff, but we don't have information.
Yeah, please. I'm glad you did do some research on this.
Yes. I had to. So this is about Nicolas Zebra, Bad Nick Cage, in other words. He was born September 8th, 1983.
Boo.
Boo. Fun fact,
Boo.
that's just 18 years and 3 days before 9/11. He was also he was born in Florida.
Boo.
Boo. Yeah.
Boo.
It's arguably the worst state in the US. Everyone knows that. That's why the Florida man comes out of Florida. Like, everyone knows this.
Boo.
Boo.
He has such a wide face.
Yeah, and he does. That's probably why, you know, that Florida water, I'm telling you, there's something weird going on there. Everyone says it. Something's in that water. I don't know what, but driving those people crazy. Then we got, so he's known for a few films, you know, that actually maybe popped off a little bit more. I've never heard of them. I don't know if you've ever heard of them, but let's see. So films such as Variations on a High School Romance. Ever heard about that one?
I mean, I've heard of High School Romance.
Me too. I've never heard of the film about it, though. I've never heard of that.
No, me neither.
Then we got 3 conversations about 2 people in one place. And you know what? Those 2 already took up so much space. We're just going to stop right there. Those are such long titles. I didn't even bother to write down the other 2. There were 2 more that he's known for. I'm not writing those down.
Yeah,
that's it.
That ruins the whole story. What's the point of even watching it? It tells you the whole thing right there.
I know. I noticed something too. A lot of his films are very they directly state exactly what's supposed to happen. Like, it's like 2 people have a conversation, somebody dies. That's the movie title. And it's like, okay, thanks. Now moving on to some more, some hidden facts that aren't as well known. Now, this stuff is pretty well known about him. This stuff, however, this is the deep dive, the deep search. He was in New York in September 2001. Probably for his birthday. Maybe. Who knows? Then we got so he once teleported to the 1940s with Ted Cruz to go to an orgy in Germany.
Germany, you went to an orgy in the 40s.
Yeah, in Germany.
Okay.
With Ted Cruz.
And Ted Cruz is there.
And Ted Cruz was there, yeah. They're friends. A lot of people don't know that, but it's true.
Another wide-faced man.
Yeah. And scary that they have they can time travel. That really frightened me when I found that out. Just knowing who knows what they influence, who knows what they're doing. They obviously didn't do much in the 1940s. We know they went there. We know they went to an orgy in Germany. I don't know. All right. Now we'll move on to, so one time he stole a child's ice cream cone and said, haha, you're a loser. What are you going to do? Call the police? You don't even have a phone yet. And then proceeded to eat that ice cream upside down until he got to the actual ice cream and then threw it away.
He just ate the cone.
He just ate the cone and he started from the bottom.
So his hand was cold and sticky at the
Yeah.
end.
And the child was probably crying, I'm assuming, while this happened. We only have firsthand accounts is the thing. I wasn't there. I didn't see this happen, but people say it was a pretty awful sight to see. Not to mention just starting from the bottom. Nobody does that. Nobody.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. That's ludicrous behavior. That's honestly, it's psychotic.
Yeah, unprofessional.
To steal an ice cream cone from a child, ridicule them, then eat the cone upside down and throw away the ice cream.
Yeah, the sick thing is he knew that the kid wouldn't have a phone. He knew, and he even said it. He even stated it. His quote says it all. He was like, you don't have a phone. Sucks to suck. You can't call the police. And then just flip it over. Disgusting.
Does it say what flavor ice cream it was?
No.
It doesn't.
It doesn't. I don't think he's picky is the thing, but or maybe he didn't like the flavor. Honestly, it probably was a great flavor. He just is one of those people who only eats vanilla or something like that. He only likes vanilla. All right, we got the next point on here. So his favorite snack is Cheetos. Fun fact. But this is the crazy thing. Instead of eating them like a normal person, he likes to suck off the Cheeto dust first. Then he spits out the corn husks into a bag and he grinds them up for a soup thickening agent. He likes soup.
Where did you get this information from?
I got sources. I've been studying. I have my sources. I know what he's been up to.
You have your sources?
Yeah. That's why they call me Detective JJ Beans. I've been on the case for a little while now, I couldn't let him get away with this, all right? We got the wanted poster. That's fine. But if people don't know about him, how are they going to know how to find him, If they hear a sucking sound and Cheeto dust, Cheeto residue everywhere, they know he's probably been there. You find little corn husks of the Cheetos around the room, he's going to be somewhere nearby. I'm telling you that right now.
Or if you see a crying child or anyone eating soup.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of people contacting us. If they just see someone eating soup, it's the fall. And I'm sure there's lots and lots of crying children.
Well, here's the key. You got to look at the thickening agent. Is it made out of crushed corn from Cheeto husks with no cheese residue left on? He sucks all of it off.
1 second. I think he might be he just rang the doorbell. So let me just,
oh my God.
Let me go check. I don't know for sure, but I wasn't expecting anyone.
Okay. Check out. Watch out for cheese residue. That's scary. That is frightening. See, I think he's tracking us down. Meanwhile, I've been doing research on him. I think he's been doing some research on us. It's frightening, quite frankly. This man is deranged. Eating ice cream from the cone, that's just a crime against humanity, some might say. Let alone stealing it from children. That's also bad, but the cone is pretty awful.
It was just George Lopez. It wasn't the.
Okay. I thought he might have been tracking us down. You see, I've been gathering information on him. I think he knows. I think he knows what's up now. I don't know. Usually, I'm so good at my job, I wouldn't tip him off. But I think he's seen the wanted poster, and I think he knows that we're onto him. He stole our show, and now he knows he's got to try to find a way out of this. So he's probably collecting information on us, is my assumption. Yeah,
I'm relieved. I don't want to be injured by this psychopath.
Me neither. I don't want my Cheetos or my ice cream stolen. And again, I just want to repeat this so people know. He was in New York in September 2001. So be on the yeah. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying he was there during that month of that year. That's all I'm saying. We got one more. We just got one more point on here. He also tried to run for mayor of Fort Worth, Texas, and he didn't actually get elected. He didn't actually win. He then proceeded to start an insurrection. I'm kidding. He didn't. That actually isn't on here. He did run for mayor, but he didn't start an insurrection. But he might as well have, because knowing him, I'm surprised, honestly. It could have.
When did he run?
I have no idea. Yeah, it just wasn't that worth noting, honestly, I shouldn't have even put it on here. It's all the other information says the whole thing,
But he's running for public office. I mean, that's the interesting tidbit.
and concerning, some might say, if the voters knew all this, they might have, well, they did make the right decision, but they might have, I don't even know if he would have gotten one vote, quite frankly, if this information was released to the public back then.
Well, I heard he tried to run his whole campaign without showing his face, because aside from the shocking information, not many people are voting for extremely wide-faced individuals.
Yeah, with fake facial hair, that just was artificially put on there. You see, whenever he's working on these films, he's paying people to artificially put the hair on there. When he's out in public, tries to give a speech, I don't know if they're going to be able to do that. I don't know if they have the technology. They might be able to, but I can see why he wouldn't want to be seen, Honestly, I'm surprised that Ted Cruz even shows his face. I mean, he doesn't even, he hasn't even had people reconstruct his face. His face is just the way it is. I don't know how he's going out there and getting the votes, but he manages. So I think he thought he could do it too, but couldn't do it.
Yeah, man. I mean, Ted. I mean, yeah, somebody had to have voted for him. Someone must like a wide-faced man.
I mean, but again, I just want to remind people, he was in New York in September 2001, and he once teleported to the 1940s with Ted Cruz to go to an orgy in Germany.
Yeah, that's
it's frightening.
that's something else, man.
Yeah.
I just wanted to go
damn.
to outer space, so
That's good. Disguising the background. Maybe I should do something. I'll do something similar here. Let's see. How do you do that? What am I doing here? Oh man.
uh
Yeah, I don't even know how to do that on here. No, I see it.
Ted.
Oh no. Oh, hey.
Hey.
Look, now I'm in I think this is California, right?
Yeah, I think that's San Francisco.
San Francisco. Yeah. I wanted to find one in New York, but didn't really work out.
There's a bridge.
Nah, it's a bridge. Yeah.
I've been there.
I haven't been there, I don't think. I've been to that bridge. I've been to San Diego, but never the bridge.
San Diego.
Oh no, this is San Francisco. I don't think I've been to San Francisco, but
No, you haven't. You already said that.
no, I have not. But have you been to this bridge is the question.
I have stood very close to that bridge, like just about where you are. Like if you were standing on the ground where you are, I've been pretty close to where that is.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's
Probably
cool.
within 500 feet of that where you are right now.
Oh, damn. Okay. So if I was here right then in that period of time, if I could time travel, I could actually probably point to, I'd be like, hey,
Oh,
I'm probably not there.
you could definitely see me.
Oh, okay. Nice. Nice.
And like that beach over, you see like the to your right, like there's like all the water, and then there's like a little part of land that sticks out there right at the edge of the image.
I kind of, yeah, I think I do see that. Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
been to that beach all along there. There's a beach that curves around.
Ah, nice. Nice.
I did that.
Well, damn, if only I could teleport back in time. I know where I wouldn't go in the 1940s. Just saying, but
Yeah. There's a certain amount where it's like you say it and then it's funny, but then like the repetition kind of just really hit the point home, and then somehow it becomes funnier. I don't know.
yeah.
You know?
There's such thing as too much repetition too. There's such thing as too much repetition, but no, that man Nicolas Zebra, he's sick. That's the bottom line. Sick man.
He's a sick man. He needs help. What are we gonna do? We got to get him into a rehab.
Yeah, yeah, I believe in rehabilitation. So when we put out the wanted poster, we're not saying we should lock him away forever. No, we're saying he needs help and he needs to stop impersonating people. He needs to try to be himself, and stealing the name of other people's shows. I mean, that's just crazy,
Yeah, that's unfair.
It is.
You
It
know?
is.
This is a free country.
It is. It is a free country. I mean, until you start impersonating other people and walking around, then it's like, whoa, hey.
Yeah, he's not being true to the ideals of freedom. He's a copycat. He needs to be stopped.
He does. He does. We'll find him.
Now, do you see my Europe over here behind me?
I do. Yeah, yeah. I see Italy, Spain.
It's backwards.
Is it backwards?
It's backwards to me.
I think it's okay to me. I think that's all right. Yeah. The West is in the West. The East is in the East. I can see that.
Okay, it's backwards to me. Like this is my right hand right here that's waving.
See, for me, that's you're on the left, that hand right there. And you're right over Spain when you do that.
Yeah, there's Spain right here, but like this is the left.
That's so weird. You're saying that Spain is up there for you. Spain is down there for me.
No, I'm using my elbow to point right here.
Okay.
This.
Yeah, yeah, you got that. Okay, so it must be flipped for you, the image.
Yeah. But let me see. Um, is this gonna flip? Is this gonna flip the whole thing? Oh, there we go. Did that change anything for you?
No,
I didn't do anything.
didn't change for me.
So now if I do my right hand, oh, okay. And nothing happened. Oh, for me, it flipped the whole thing. So now
That's weird.
Now I'm seeing what you're seeing.
Okay. Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
It's amazing to me that the green screen actually is decently okay for this. It's kind of like, again, it kind of messes up sometimes. But I was trying, it bothers me is so this thing can do this like pretty easily. But by the way, I just got the 10-minute mark up on my screen there.
Yeah.
But what bothers me is that I set up a green screen in my living room, right? And I tried to test it again. It was a little bit better this time. I think I mentioned this last episode, but I was trying to light the green screen correctly. That was kind of like my idea. And it worked for the most part, but there was little like creases on the background, right? So, and I noticed it was so hard to get it to disappear. It kind of worked, But somehow this can just get rid of the background, just like snap its fingers. Background's just gone. And I'm sitting there tinkering around with this color key, trying to get the green out. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, how is this like, so snap your fingers, it's good. And then that I'm trying to do that. And it's like,
Well, it's doing a different mechanism. It just recognizes facial features and bodily features. Like, I don't think it will do a phone. See,
yeah, it
like
does.
it knows what skin color looks like and it knows what shapes look like.
It's
You
not
know,
perfect either. If you're like moving around on the green screen, which I was kind of doing,
it's
you
pretty good
will like,
with my hoodie because it's like a straight line. Right? This is pretty, I mean, this is just excellent, honestly.
if you stay still, yeah, it's actually, it's really good if you stay like this. But then if you try to like, move your hands and you're like talking, all of a sudden there's a little bit of distortion that starts happening. Yeah, the background kind of cuts through. It's not the worst though, but you'd think that like the keying program that keys out all the green, you think it would just be excellent and it would just be like zap and it would just do it. But it doesn't.
Dude, my hands are on fire.
Uh
Look at that. Fire.
uh uh what happens if I can I illustrate me jumping off the cliff, like if I'm like
Yeah, people commit suicide on that bridge.
yeah, people someone goes, oh man, they're coming for me in the movies.
Choo. Oh no, Jesse. Make sure you go feet
And
first.
then I climb back up.
Oh,
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 I made it
you
back
made
onto
it.
safe land. Oh God.
Well, what if I jump off the edge of the earth?
Yeah, you might float at that level.
I go. Choo.
Hey, there he goes. You've broken the fabric of reality.
Oh
There
man.
was a sliver of reality that just completely that shattered when you jumped.
Yeah, that was a wormhole.
Space-time continuum.
Well, should we do a short episode this time?
Yeah, I guess so. It is pretty late too. We had some technical difficulties for those of you that, well, you wouldn't know because the cameras weren't on, but yeah, my camera wasn't turning on for some reason. I changed the settings, and I think it looks better. I don't know what anyone else thinks, but I swear it looks better than it did somehow.
Somehow, some
Somehow.
way. Somehow, some way.
Somehow, some way, in some possibility. I don't know.
I'm thinking about how that we could improve the quality. So once you get the two monitors, remember I said then I was gonna get we get the monitors and the OBS thing looking nice. I'm gonna get a capture card. I was listening to the audio quality. My mic sounds horrible, like the episode 4.
I
sound like
noticed
a
that.
robot.
Yeah, I don't know
why,
what happened.
but like it's possible that we can record the audio separately, or I could, because yours sounded great. You could record, I can record the audio and send it to you over WeTransfer.
That's not a bad idea. Yeah. Thing is that so right now in Zoom, I don't know if you can record my audio and your audio separately, but your audio would still be attached to mine. So I think I'd have to record mine separately as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might think about doing that, or once we go into Discord and we have that all the other stuff, it's not going to matter.
That's just so weird that like I guess mine is recording from the source because I'm recording like the desktop and yours is first coming through Zoom and then it's getting recorded. So maybe that's part of it. I don't know. In other episodes, it didn't sound bad, did it?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. I don't know what that was.
You ever see that thing where it's a science experiment where they'll like hide somebody's arm and then they'll put like a prosthetic arm right there and it looks like their arm, and then they'll like start touching the person's real hand, like get them to um with like a paintbrush and like a pencil, and they'll start poking this hand, and then they have a fake arm that looks like it's coming off on this side. And then once they acclimate people to touch here, once they start touching the fake arm, they'll actually start feeling like the sensations in their, like as if their real arm was being touched.
No, I haven't heard of that. That's really interesting, though.
Yeah, it's
Hey,
kind of like this, like when I start drinking out of this bottle and it turns into the universe. If I'm looking at the screen here when I'm drinking it, it actually looks like I'm doing that, and I have a different experience of drinking the water.
that's fascinating. I wonder what that could lead to as far as people who have to like have prosthetics and things like that. I know in like sci-fi movies sometimes they have it where like it's linked to people's like nervous system, you know what I mean? So they can theoretically like feel in their arm. They even have like, what is it? Is it like the that robot movie with I can't remember who's in that. I think Will Smith maybe, or I
I
can't remember.
Robot.
I wrote, yeah, and he's got the fake arm, but it like goes and it like makes it look like it's a real human arm.
Yeah,
I
that
don't
was a
know.
clever storytelling technique to make it so they didn't have to CGI a fake arm.
Right, right. Yeah. Only every now and then they just have to make it like, oh, he got a scratch and now it's robotic, and then it just goes
Yeah,
and it's like, oh, great. And now he's his
do
arm back.
that. He just has the spray. He can just spray the skin back on.
Can you can you imagine if like that's why they did that, was because like they started off where like he was like doing things and the robotic arm was getting all like fucked up, and they were like, oh yeah, we'll keep that. And then they were like, oh, this is getting expensive. You can't do this anymore. And they were like, okay, all right. He sprays on. It's spray on. It's okay. It sprays on.
No, you remember in the film he has the spray bottle to fix it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I think I do. I do remember that. Yeah.
yeah. I like that movie.
It was a pretty good movie, I must say. I always feel like a slight bias when it comes to movies that like I've seen in my childhood, you know what I mean? Because I feel like even if they're partially bad, I still like I want them to be good. Like even like if you rewatch like Star Wars, you'll watch and like some of the dialogue's a little bit cheesy, you know, some of the effects, of course, you know, they didn't have a lot of whole like technology back then. So they, you know, they had like the fake spaceships flying around. And they redid it too. They redid it. But I always like, you know, there's something about it where you're just like, oh, I remember watching that movie. And so you kind of just
I don't think
forgive
the
it.
nostalgia it makes Star Wars like that. I know what you're talking about, but that specific film series, I think it's just a great storytelling and a great story in general. And it was at the time it was pioneering and it was leading the way of sci-fi and special effects and things like that. So
That's part of it too. The fact that like, again, they have more of an excuse because it was back then. You know what I
we got
mean?
40 seconds.
Oh, we do? All right. All right. Should we sign off here? Are we gonna do a second part? What's the plan?
No, dude, but we had all this delay and all this stuff. I'm sleepy time.
Yeah, yeah. I've got some an assignment to do too. So it's for the best. For the best.
Okay, good night to all of the people. And George Soros is actually I found out he's funding the Zebra Man. So we have to
Zebra. Oh,
we have to take them all down.